Welcome everybody. I forgot my water upstairs. Be right back. Right when I started the stream, I started looking for my water, and then it's gone. What up? Yes, SSH, according to the chat, it says you are the first one here. Welcome. Welcome, fandom lover. Welcome, Ban Ogle. Welcome, Sparkle44. I feel like I say this every Saturday, but I'm going to be a little low energy again today because I keep doing things on Friday. So bear with me if I'm tired. I have to go get headache medicine. Not bad today, though. What's up, Tomatoes JP? Alright. Well, everybody keeps asking. I'm not really inspired to work on Metal Overlord, but so many people have been asking about it. I'm going to work on it a little bit more. I also need to get back into welding, because one of the upcoming theater shows is going to be Sweeney Todd. Ooh, where's my Sweeney Todd pin? Hold up. Oh no. I lost it? Here it is. I got this when I went to go see the Broadway show with Josh Groban playing Sweeney Todd and Annalee Ashford playing Miss Lovitz. And anyway, I'm really hoping they let me make the chair. I want to make it welded and do all the stuff it needs to do to let somebody slide down into the trap door, which means I need to get back into welding, and I am going to need to do some welding for Metal Overlord. So that's kind of an incentive for me to get back into it. Alright, but first we're going to be finishing off Chaos 4. I think I'm going to try putting him in a pose. I think that would be a lot more interesting than just the standard like this, especially because he's not super articulated. And bear with me, I'm setting up something on my phone. And I'm going to get started pretty quickly. I think lately I've been talking a lot at the beginning of streams, but I think it'd be nice just to get right into it. Oh yeah, because the Metal Overlord is going to be probably about this tall. Did I say 4 feet before? Maybe 5 feet? When we measured it, it was including all the tentacles, and the tentacles will probably be, posed like this, so it's not going to be the height that we originally estimated it would be if we stretched it fully out. But yeah, it's going to be a big thing. Hey, thank you, Martin. I appreciate it. No worries, Benegal. I hope exams went well for you. Hey back, Angel. Oh, that's smart. Are you going to try to heat them and kind of like mold the clear blue buckets by heating it up? I'm going to get straight to sharing my screen. So this is something I was working on. Oh, I wish I had it down here. So I made this hat for Kirby, but unfortunately I'm going to have to go way back to the drawing board because all of these spikes, only once I printed it out did I realize they needed to go way more out to the sides. So here in ZBrush, I was trying to kind of just take the existing model and pull it out. That's not going to work. So I have to go back to when I originally placed all of those crystals and then go back and redo all of the detail work. It's going to be a hassle, but it just doesn't look right without the spikes going out to the sides properly. Yeah, that doesn't mean I can't make another. I don't have any intention of buying the blue Kirby. And these aren't for sales. This is just... I started playing Kirby in the Forgotten Lands because I just fell in love with this figure. I've never played a Kirby game before. And Bailey and I have been playing it on co-op and loving it. So, I made a bunch of Smash Brothers hats. Oh, speaking of Smash Brothers, here, let me make my screen big again. I know I said I was going to get right into 3D modeling, but I want to show you something. So, I was going to do a little stop motion animation with Kirby sucking up a bunch of the characters to turn into those. And I wanted a Banjo-Kazooie figure. Somewhere online, I thought I had seen somebody reviewing a figure like about this big, and I was like, okay, that's probably a bit bigger scale than what it would really be. But I was like, okay, I can make it work, even if I have to kind of like change camera angles to make it smaller. Well, this honking thing came instead. I didn't do my research. This thing is huge. This is not what I thought I was getting. So, I don't know how I'm going to do a stop motion animation with this with Kirby, but it is really cool. This is a heavy, heavy figure. I'm going to need to glue the backpack because there's a peg for it to go in, but it moves ever so slightly once the peg is in there. That for stop motion, I need it to be a lot more sturdy. And I might drill into it too to be able to put better stands and stuff, because this, I don't want to drill into it though. It's so nice. We'll see what I do. But hey, he's got some interesting articulation. In some ways it's good, in some ways it's less limited than I thought it, or more limited than I thought it would be. It's pretty cool. It's got extra feet for Kazooie. Pull Kazooie out. Got a little hole there. And then I don't know what pose she's supposed to be, because her legs don't really bend backward. Oh, unless... There we go. Maybe they were just the wrong way. Yeah, I think I need to rotate this part around and then rotate the entire foot. Oh, that's not it. Anyway, yeah, the pose for Kazooie standing is a little bit awkward. Very far forward. I gotta figure out, I think I'm just doing something wrong with it, but no, that kind of works if you... Yeah, it didn't look balanced, but yeah, that seems right. Yeah, pretty cool figure. Separate face for Banjo. It's all very, very heavy. This thing isn't... It's not hollow, that's for sure. And here's something that kind of interesting. They have a different plastic for the ball joint here. And that's kind of like what some of you have suggested of doing an FDM print of the ball joint and then covering it in a resin figure, like it slots into the resin figure. So that's kind of a similar thing that they've done with the toy here, and a lot of toys. Yeah, that was a surprise when the box arrived. It came such a big box. I also got the Kirby Cafe Waddle Dee with it. I've not seen the Hammer Egg playset. I'll check it out later. Oh, yeah, I could see that. It was almost the exact same color scheme, huh? Alright, let's get started. Let's go back to the right file that I want. Man, it was really cold when I got down here, but then I started to shoot. Well, it's too cold when I take my jacket off. I need just a lighter jacket. Let's see. I've got this Chaos 4 Smoother here. The Meta Knight one looks really cool. Hey, what's up, Professor Victoria? Good to see you. So the first thing I want to do on this, I want to do a little bit more something on the tail. I'm not sure yet. I don't know if I want to do... I am liking the smoothness of it. In fact, since I finished the stream, you might notice that from the last time I did this, I smoothed this out a little bit, and I smoothed these out just a little. Because somebody was suggesting that smoother was better, and I think I'm agreeing. It's more shark-like. What is the splashing formation? Let's go and analyze that video. Chaos 4 fight. Yeah, I gotta watch the new Sonic Awakened too. Alright, here we go. Mateo says, what? Right back at you. Back at you. Alright, so what's the splash attack? It's going to be hard to see because it's always kind of at the bottom of the screen, isn't it? Or is that a different attack? Oh no. Sorry to hear that, Professor Victoria. Somebody let me know if he did do the splashing animation and I didn't see it. When he's hitting the lily pads, that's not really an animation. Oh, was that it? Kind of his arms out. Oh, it's almost like he's his tail's going up and his arms going up and then he's doing this, right? Yeah, I kind of like that. I'll maybe take the tail and do kind of a splash. What the heck, Professor Victoria? What is the context of that? They just came in and smashed it? Oh, an RC Tornado would be cool, yeah. They've been doing a lot of stuff with, toy drones where they hide a lot of the fans, kind of. So you can still have a lot of fidelity of what it looks like. Okay. Yeah, so just go back to that and just try to see what I can see about that. Kind of covered by splashes. After all, it is his splash. Oh, there's some information we can see. I don't want to do something where it's like straight up like that. Maybe just like a little bit of a curve going up, so it's just not like a straight tail in an idle position. Yeah, let's take a look at that. First things first. Am I fine with this? I think I'm fine with this. Kind of wanted more detail. When I was off stream, I actually rounded this out a bit more, and I'm happier with it. I think this could be pulled in, this pulled out a little more to get thicker start to it. Yeah, I'm liking this. Do I feel like the head is too thin? What if I just went a little bit whiter with it? Kind of like the idea of... Oh, but that's messing with the eyes. Go down to the eyes now. I think I do like it. No, this is more accurate to what it is. I think maybe I just kind of don't like how thin the original design is, but the original design has it this thin. So I am going to keep it accurate. Thank you, Gail Aquino. Welcome. And welcome, Elijah is funny content. I don't know if I ever will, Elijah. I was kind of thinking about maybe doing like a speed sculpt, somebody's OC or something. But, you know, I'm just inspired to do so much stuff. I don't know if I will. So much stuff on the plate. By the way, anybody who has ordered Chaos, the first few are going to be shipping out Monday. I had a little problem with the brain in one, because I did paint one up for somebody who I made a sponsorship deal, but to advertise my stuff. And so I was doing all the paint myself, and then this time the brain paint didn't stick on the inside. And I think it's because I mixed it with water instead of paint thinner, like what I originally did. And so I think I've solved that problem, but I wanted to make sure I solved that problem and give instructions out to people before, you know, sending them all out and, you know, taking everybody's payment. I should recreate the Black Adam meme template for the thumbnail for this one. The one where he is skydiving. I'm not familiar with that one. Or goldfish cracker bag. Actually, print a bunch of these really small and put them in a goldfish bag. That could be cool. Metal Overlord is a personal project. Yeah, he would cost thousands if somebody ordered him. Yeah, it's gonna be like a year-long project. Yeah, a couple of people have asked me about shipping to like Spain, Portugal, somewhere else, I forget. Oh, Sweden. And I still have to look into those. I said I would only ship to Canada and the UK because I've done that before. I may be willing to look into shipping elsewhere, but yeah, it's going to be pricey no matter what. I just worry if there's any things that I need to do properly for customs and stuff, or if there's any weird stuff about handmade goods that are made of resin and stuff. I don't know. Alright, what I really want to figure out first, before I start making these pose changes, is where is everything going to fit. The arms are straightforward because those are just the bones and the gems. I don't need to worry about that. But when we're talking about bending the body, you got to think about where all the stuff inside will sit. So, I like this illustration because it really shows, yeah, here's the gems, here's the round part, and then it goes down into the tail. And if we look at an actual model, we can find out where that starts. It's almost like this main part of the body has nothing in it, and that's great. Just like this version. This main part of the body, there's nothing in here. That's the easy part. The parts with the paint are going to be... Oh. You know, as I look at the brain on mine, it kind of didn't stick well to this. Kind of patchy in there. I wonder if there's something different about the way I'm draining the head compared to the arms. The drain holes are a bit smaller. I wonder if resin or alcohol is getting kind of staying in there, making it rougher to paint. Ah. There are so many different issues. If I was just making this for myself, you know, I'm done. But yeah, because I got to make it work well for everybody, there's so many more things to think about and try to make consistent. Welcome, Chip Plays. Thank you, Tomatoes JP. Yeah, that's a lot of delays, Victoria. Yeah, it's gonna be a project. Liebel Broxian. That's a hard name to say. Welcome, Malamations. Better late than never. No worries. Alright, so... I kind of like this pose right here, where he's it's kind of like this. I also got to think about how he's going to stand, because he is going to need a stand. Just the nature of how he doesn't have feet. Okay, here's a good image. So I know that the bones start right here. So I'm not going to be able to articulate the tail at all. Maybe I can articulate the chest, because that's going to be a place for it to fit in. But I think the tail is all going to have to be one piece. What's up, Whimsy? Good to see you. Alright, now let's just get started. I don't want to get stuck in indecision, but I think all I need to know is that we're going to cut somewhere right here. I think that's a great cutting point, as long as this part prints as one piece. This is going to be a big piece. What's up, TT? What's up, Shadow Like Latina? I'm absolutely making perfect chaos, like this big, but because I do want to print other colors than blue in my printer. So everything I've been doing, that's why I was showing the Kirby hat earlier. That's more of a white. It's going to need to be painted, but it's kind of a clear blue as well. But I'll put like airbrush white over it, and hopefully that'll look accurate to the game. I mean, I think it's more blue in other games, but I'm specifically referencing Forgotten Lands. Nope, Gary, that's done. Imperfect chaos, what's that? Is there designs for an imperfect chaos? Here's my artificial chaos. Yeah, so there's another thing that printed in blue while I have blue in here. When is that video coming out? Did Bailey start editing it? No, Bailey started editing the Gun Beetle. So Gun Beetle is coming soon. I don't imagine that that's going to be a huge video, like as far as people being excited about it, but it's a pretty cool paint job, if I may say so myself. You know, it would be really interesting. Maybe it wouldn't. Let me think about what I'm saying. I've always kind of, as a kid, I always wondered what do the Chaos 3 and Chaos 5 look like. But I almost kind of like that it may never be revealed. Kind of like Missing No in Pokemon. Like, I like the idea that it existed, but then, like, Pokemon never like turned it into anything canon. It's just kind of a thing from our childhood that, well, my childhood, I guess. I don't know how many of you, I mean, I guess I'm sure you're all familiar with what Missing No is, but I wonder if any of you grew up trying to get it on your old Game Boys. Alright, so what I'm trying to do here is mask this off. I always have troubles masking in ZBrush well. Because I don't have a good focal shift, maybe? I can never get just a nice fall off, you know? You're making it... Oh, interesting. You're making a diorama on a stool. Each a half spin of 4 halves. Oh, that's awesome. I definitely want to see that when you do it. Because it's like a stool that rotates, yeah? Yeah, so what happens when you mask this off is you can control click here it kind of smooths the mask. But if I were to rotate things now... If I were to start to rotate this, it's not going to be very smooth. See, that's kind of a hard edge. I really want to smooth out that edge, and I've never really been able to do that well in ZBrush. I feel like there's a gap in my knowledge of ZBrush. I can go to masking here and say blur mask, but I feel like that's the same amount of blurring as if I just do that clicking that I was showing you guys. Anybody use ZBrush and know? Because that would be a handy thing for me to know. Perfect Chaos will just be like this big, because if it was actually full scale, bigger than my house. Hey, no problem, Jurassic Animation. Looks good. Sonic Adventure Remaster. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Oh, this is... Oh no, I messed up. There's got to be a way to smooth this out. Let me Google it real quick, because it seems like something that should be so standard in ZBrush. ZBrush. Oops. Brush. Ah, I am not typing well. Get better smoothing from masking. Yes, here we go. Masking lag, yes. Okay, I'm gonna play this video real quick.
Mask area to soften the mask. And then you control alternate left click on the edge to sharpen the mask.
Oh, it's telling me what I'm already doing. Really? There's no way... I wish Vic Miggs was in the chat. He could tell me. One of the things that I want to do if I make Sonic or Chaos 6 is put a Froggy in it. Yeah, this looks like about as much as I'm going to be able to smooth it. Gotta be a better way. Oh my gosh, if the music went crazy for you guys, my computer did something weird. Oh, gross, what is this? Oh, it's because I have mirroring on and I accidentally did this. Whoa, that looks pretty cool. Not good, but it looks cool. Why am I using... I've got my glove on, but I'm using a mouse. There's gotta be a way that I can set the intensity of my masking. Is it RBG intensity, maybe? That's it! Yes! I learned something, guys! Wow, this is going to make a lot of things easier in ZBrush. I'm now going to be better at masking. Guys, it's always good to just take the time to learn something and figure it out instead of just suffering. Although in this case I suffered for years. For 20 years not knowing how to do this change of masking values. It seems like such a basic thing. You know, in school I only did a year of school, and in that year of school not all of our classes were ZBrush. There's all kinds of different stuff. So I wasn't always using ZBrush all the time anyway. And I've never really use ZBrush a lot in my job, except to like fix other people's models and stuff. I've always used ZBrush just personally. I've not seen the OVA yet. Yeah, look at that. See how nicely that bends now? Could even go a little bit smoother. So now I can say blur mask, and that should probably do some nice stuff for me. And I want to save this as a separate file. Or I'll save it as the regular file right now. And then I'm going to save it as a posed file. This one, Chaos 4 posed. I could probably make jello molds of this, guys. That would be a really interesting part of a video. Like, I'd probably have to like combine the arms to be like this or something, because it needs to be all like just one open mold. But then it could just be like a flat piece of jello where he's just like kind of like creeping up or something. Thank you, fandom. Sorry, I'm having a little bit trouble keeping up with all the chat. So feel free to ask things multiple times if I miss it. I'm trying to... Oh no, oh, I gotta turn off symmetry. We learned that lesson a second ago. Rotate it. Yeah, I like that, and then we will do... Let's see if shrink mask just works. Not really working, I may need to just redo this mask. Oh, now I can't mask at all. Oh, because I turned down my RGB intensity. Get all of this right here. Nice and heavily masked. And we'll go down to like 8%. What is Sea Fox? Make Crudes do from the Archie comics. I don't know who that is. What kind of creature is that? What kind of animal? I feel like ZBrush Pro, I don't have Pro, I just have the regular, or ZBrush Core, not even the regular, it's like the light version. I feel like they have some kind of joint-based posing system nowadays that I feel like I've seen videos of. That would be handy instead of doing this kind of janky posing. I never liked this way of posing in ZBrush. It's a vine badnik. Oh, like a Venus flytrap. Oh, interesting. Also, the YouTube world is where you are, Steak. Same with a lot of other YouTubers. What about the YouTube world? I'm out of water already. I need a bigger glass. You guys want to try to summon Bailey Source to grab me some water if she's listening? Might get a haircut today, by the way, and a beard cut. This is getting too long. I've gone this is since before the last time I got a haircut was before production on Amelie. Next time y'all see me on stream, I'll probably look shockingly different. It's a story. It's in the story you said you wanted a cameo in a while. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Sweet. What other YouTubers are there in there? Okay, so this needs... this is bad. And I definitely need to go in and now smooth out these curves. Now it just looks bad. Nice. Triple Trouble and Tails Adventure in the main part of my Tails walkthrough design. Oh, nice. I don't know if I like this pose after I've done all this. Definitely, even if I went with this pose, it needs a lot of refinement. I don't think I see this and think that's good. I don't look at that and say, hey, I like that. Let's undo a ton of it. I hear footsteps, guys. I hear footsteps of a very, very kind person. Oh, and she brought me a very topical cup. Very appropriate for the stream. Thank you, Bailey. And it's a big cup with a lot of water. Yeah, I just feel like this is like too... It's too bent at one point, and I think what I need is a smoother mask here. Even smoother than this. So I want to get just like a really good gradient across all of this. Hopefully that'll give me more of a smooth curve here. Thank you, Professor Victoria. Yeah, I just want to make sure I don't screw it up with the posing. Okay, what I'm doing here is I'm really making it go really far out to make sure I didn't accidentally select any of the hands or anything. And so we're good there. Now, should be able to rotate this a lot more of a smooth... Yeah, look at that. Okay, so we have some problems here. But look at this part. This part looks great there. And we can take that and kind of rotate up. But look how it's messing up over here. What I need to do is just... put the RBG intensity all the way back up. And just... oops. Or make sure that the tail... We just don't want the tail bending right now. What's up, Raphael Movie Channel? Thank you. When am I making Devil Doom? I really don't like the look of Devil Doom. But I also don't really like the look of Metal Overlord, and here I am working on that later after Chaos. Who knows? Alright, so we've still got some issue here with a lot on this side. It looks like I just need to make all of this not bend. So let's go back in here. Put RGB intensity back up. Make sure none of the tail moves. And I'd like to smooth that out. I wish the smoothing algorithm or whatever worked better. Or the blurring, that's what I'm talking about. Or will it? Yeah, see, it's not really helping much here. Suppose. There we go. So that's going to take some work there, but at least we've got a curve starting here. Really just focusing on this here. I like that. Just this part. Now I'm gonna see how this part got a little bit messed up here, so I'm just gonna go in and try just some smoothing first. EMB. The hotkeys for the brushes are kind of like a combination of letters. What's up, Daisy Garcia? What's up, Velocity Studios? Haven't watched the latest episode of Sonic Awakened yet, but everybody go check it out. I think it came out yesterday. What was my first Sonic game? Asked Gerald. Sonic Adventure. Well, no. I played probably Sonic 2 at a friend's beach house once. But the first one I actually... Well, I can't say I owned it, because we rented it. We rented it and a Dreamcast from a place called Hollywood Video. It's a place that's out of business now. You could rent the whole console, and we never had the VMU. So we just had to keep the console on, but if it would get turned off, I had to restart the whole game, and I played the heck out of it for that week. It was always kind of a special game to me. It was always kind of mysterious. And I never originally got very far in it because of that. It wasn't until later years that I had it on GameCube that I played through it more. What's up, YBZ? Oh, it was the trailer for it. Oh, sorry for misunderstanding that. I just saw the icon. Didn't really pay attention to if it was the whole video or not. Just made a note to take a look at it. No worries, Raphael. I think I might do that. I might do it as like a foam craft cosplay. Used to do a little bit of foam stuff. Never actually made foam stuff for myself. I made it for friends. Ooh, that's not good. I want to really take the mask further down. Oh yeah, there we go. That's a little bit better. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think I like that. I feel a little bit uncomfortable about it because it's so posed, but I think it's dynamic. You know, sometimes I can err on the side of being like, I'm just talking about the tail. I might do other parts as well. We'll see. Here's my plan. I want it. This looks a little bit weird here. I might need to fix that up, but oh yeah, these parts definitely need to come this way. But other than fixing that, I think I like kind of the dynamic shape of this. Well, this was actually made, if you take a look, you can see more detail in the last stream, Raphael. I actually took the original model, and then it came as like a bunch of separate parts. Older games like that didn't necessarily have a ton of skinning tools or even capabilities in their engines, as far as I know. That's not true, because we definitely see deformations in Sonic's mouth and stuff. But if you think about what I was about to talk about with like in Mario 64, it was like Mario had separate like shapes for each different part of the arm. When I look back on Sonic Adventure, there is vertex deformation, but the models for these are still separated, similar to Mario 64. Maybe it was things that they put more attention into. Maybe the tools took a long time to do fully skinned meshes. I can only speculate. But anyway, I kind of stitched all the vertices together and then brought that model in, and then this is a sculpting program, so it's like clay that you can add clay to it, smooth it out, cut into it, etc. What's up, Guardian Sora? Good to see you. Let's try to pull these into a more realistic looking shape, just to give it a nicer curve. That would probably come up this way. Ooh, I lost some definition there. I want to smooth out this section without losing part above it. Hey, what's up, Peachy Sonic? It's coming along well. Just trying some posing to make it a little bit more dynamic instead of just a static shape. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it right here. That's where this piece is going to have all the paint that you inject in for the bones. Ooh, something about this shape is not looking right, though. Like these here need a nicer bend. Yeah, so I'm going to, as I mentioned, I'm going to cut it right here. And I'm going to cut it at the two arms, so we still have some limited posability, so you can just basically make a move up here or down here. Similar to the simple joints here. I don't like to make too many joints in these, because you can kind of see through it, you know. That's just the nature of being a toy. But yeah, so it'll have kind of that range of motion to it. And then I'll cut the head too. There's also practical reasons for these cuts. I got to think about where it needs to be injected in, how it's going to print, what orientation, how it's going to drain out, things like that. What's up, Chaotic Fire? Yeah, you're not late. I mean, it's only been an hour, but got a lot of work to do today, so got plenty of content to see still on the stream. Let's see. Okay, so I was looking at this tail, and yeah, there's things I don't like about it here. I think this piece needs some curving down. Oh, actually, that one stroke actually fixed a lot of what I didn't like about that. Ah, actually, yeah. That went from really looking bad to being exactly the shape that I wanted on the fin. Alright, great. You know what? I think I'm done noodling with this. I think I got a little bit of pose here that I want. Oh, I gotta really look at these silhouettes though. See this? I don't like that right there. So let's pull this. I don't want to noodle too much, but I want to get it right too, you know. I'm by no means a perfectionist, but where I can make all the right silhouettes while I still can, I do make sure I get it right. No going back after this step. You guys know how long it takes Maya to do all the booleans and stuff. That's why it's, you know, a lot of people ask me to make a regular egg pawn, because I made egg pawn samurai, but it has all of the samurai parts on it. The way I wish booleans didn't have such complexities. Oh, mask trip found in Canada? I'm going to Canada next weekend. Where was it found, fandom? Steak. Could you make a quick thing of steak? Eating steak, realizing it's not the right thing to do? No, it's canon that Stegosaurus loves steak. Today's going alright so far, Raphael. Yeah, no worries, Chaotic Spire. Hey, welcome, Ola Penguin. Yes, yeah, you are correct. Stegosaurus loves steak. The reaction after first bite of steak is usually a... Yep. What's up, Seth Moses? Definitely check in about an hour, probably, is when I'll be working on Metal Overlord. Oh, sorry, Seth. I thought you wrote you were just checking in for that. You're welcome to stay and watch me do this, but it's going to be about an hour until Metal Overlord. I thought you were asking when you can come back to see it. Okay, I'll do that. Usually I don't take music requests, but, you know, in that break between them, yeah, I'll try to remember. Guys, I think I like it. I think I am okay with this. Let me just smooth out this little bit here. I don't know what happened there. I don't need to be noodling. I think I've found the right balance here of noodling to what I want, and I'm going to call it done. Woo! Very exciting. Save it. Chaos 4 posed. Steak chow. Yeah, how would I do that? Steak has such a specific form factor that is not like a chow's body. All right, let's decimate this and export Maya. Oh, I made a mistake, guys. A Mistakeosaurus. A big no-no. can't undo this, can I? Good thing I saved right before this. Open. Because I forgot to merge the eyes together. Alright, so are we back to before doing the decimation? I think so. Yeah, that's before decimation, right? I need to go back to... subtools, that's what I'm looking for. And why can't I find where I'm looking for? Merge. Merge down. Say okay. If I play brush over this, is it all one thing? I can't tell. No, it's still two objects. So I still need to dynamesh this. I feel like it needs to be smoothed. Did that screw anything up? That looks good to me. Now we'll dynamesh this again. Now this whole thing should combine the eyes with the head. Yeah, so they're merged now, but we lost some detail. Like that. Here it is, smooth. I'm gonna actually smooth it one more time. And do a smoothing pass over everything. And because this kind of lost some resolution here. Okay, here's a question, guys. No, here's an answer. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to export both and I'm going to merge them in Maya because this just lost a lot of sharpness. It's no good. Let's reopen our file. Sorry for the indecision, guys. Reopen it and then just do the export as I was going to. Pichu says, what part of Metal Overlord, when we get there, will we work on? I'm still somewhere on the head, and I don't remember exactly where. Probably something in the mouth. I think I was working on the pivot for the mouth. Because I bought hoses from Home Depot to represent like the neck part, so that those should be able to bend when the jaw moves. So I think I'll be building out parts of that. No, I cannot promise that, Malamations. Evil Blue Rat New? I'm not going to remember that. I have seen the new Superman trailer. I am not a DC guy, but I actually thought, you know what, I would like to see that. Super Dog. It seemed a little bit lighthearted, right? I think that's the vibe that I got from it. I'm sorry, Velocity. I didn't see a deadline. But yeah, absolutely, I could do it today. Right, so now if you guys see me do stuff on this. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, see now it's got like a sharper surface to it when I sculpt on it. This is because it's taken it and it's kind of figured out what areas need more detail and what areas don't, and it took it all down to 250,000 triangles. Do the same to the eyes. Oh, who is this evil blue rat? I don't know who this is. Welcome to the stream, new viewer. Have you subscribed? Yeah, right, Ola? So that is decimated. Decimated seems like a harsh word for what you should be doing to a beautiful 3D model. But now we can export it to do the other things we need. From ZRush, Chaos 4 base. Export the eyes. Call this Chaos 4 eyes. Now back in Maya. Oh yeah, so oh here. It's on the other screen. Oh what? This is weird. It seems like I lost my license for Maya, but I just paid for it a month ago. I paid for the whole year. What are you doing, Maya? Take it easy, Ola Penguin. Thanks for being here. I don't feel like any of this is real, Daisy. Alright, so let's open up the chaos scene in Maya. That was weird. It's like it lost the license while it was open and forced me to close. Chaos 4. So looking for exports. ZBrush. Base. File. Import. Guess for eyes. Do the youth say that? I feel like my age was youth. They said it. Alright, so take a look at that. We have both of these 3D models here. One is the original game model that I took and put all the vertices together and then smoothed out. And you'll see some big differences here. These hands are so thin. I didn't want that for my 3D print. So I thickened them up, kind of went with my own design, more kind of muscle and bone kind of look to it. I'm really happy with that. I like putting my own spin on it. I did that a lot here, which is, you know, on the Chaos 1, the original model, these legs are so thin. I was like, man, if this hits the wrong way, as it was in the original model, it's gonna break. So I thickened them up. I really can't wait to see both of these together. It's gonna be incredible. Get like a light behind them and a display or something so that they kind of glow from the inside. Take it easy, Ben. Thank you for being here. Yeah, I'm really happy with this model, guys. Can't wait to take a picture of this and put it in a lake with, what are they called? Like lily pads? And do a toy photo shot with that. Maybe somehow do stop motion. Whoa. No, that would be completely impossible. It would look so bad. But maybe it could look cool. Like, because the water would never be good for stop motion. So it might just look like a crazy mess of every frame, the water looking slightly different. But I wonder if that's worth an experiment just to see what it looks like. I'm sure it would look terrible. It could be cool. Of course, I could do it in a controlled setting too, set up some water. And then between every shot after I move it, let the water settle. So you just see it like come out and do something. I want to be able to do splashes and stuff that way. Yeah, I could do it with clay. Or slime. If I take a big tub of slime and put it in there, kind of light it from beneath, all spooky, the slime would settle each time. Like, even if I had to leave it for 10 minutes between every frame, it would settle into the right spot. Then for that frame, I could put little drops of it so it could, like, drip down his body. I did a little bit of slime on a project. If you look way back in my videos, there's a Charizard slime volcano that I used to make a toy photo shot of Charizard coming out of a volcano. Yeah, I used slime from that. I built a diorama that was like a dirt crater, put the slime in it, lit it from beneath, and stuck Charizard in it. And then I used flash paper to make like actual fire come up. It was pretty cool. Peachy Sonic has brought up exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. It's funny seeing the two together. You can see how I cut out a lot of this for my own purposes. I'm going to hide this. We're going to call this original smooth model. We're also going to save the scene. Take my sculpting glove off because we are back in Maya with the mouse and keyboard. Oh yeah, PG Sonic, do a photo shoot with Chaos 0, 2, and 4 for sure. No, I don't think you missed a lot. I was kind of floundering around trying to get the masking working properly. There's a lot of people just watching me be like, oh, how do I... Hi, this isn't working. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, what's up, Newbie Awesome? How long I stay on stream, but I'm super hyped for Metal Overlord. Yeah, once I finish the things that I'm doing on Chaos 4 here, I will be moving to Metal Overlord. So hopefully I get there before you have to leave. Happy to have you here either way. Man, I'm really happy with this. I just kind of keep looking at it. Ah, shoot, there's a problem. If this guy... If I am going to make this guy's head pivot, which I need to separate it anyway, because I need this area to be a separate object. Forgot about this. We talked about this on the last stream a little bit. Thank you, Sonic Emerald. I'm going to have to cut it this way, but then it's going to be prone to falling out. So I'm going to try something here. This may not look good, so I'm going to duplicate this and hide. Also hide the eyes for now. My goal here is to get a line that would normally cross through here to be vertical. That means I'm going to try to take all the vertices of this, try to cleanly pose it a little bit better. First I'm going to rotate from here. Oh, actually that was super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, I think that's fine. So now, I'm going to be able to cut right here and not worry about cutting diagonally or into this. And I'll just have to pull this up a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna do perfect cast, but he's only gonna be about this big, because he would be bigger than my house otherwise. Guys, I think that worked out really, really well. So his head's gonna be posed up a little bit more, but I think that's gonna be great because now I can cut straight down. I'd like to actually have a little bit more room as well, so select like this. Well, actually, yeah, see, I want the cut. I don't want to cut into this shape here. So I'm also going to just take this back. That longer. Yeah, it's a little bit stretched, but now I'm going to be able to cut right behind this line. That's close enough. It's got some weird geometry here, but like it looks stretched, but that shouldn't show up in the 3D print. Making more Doom powers for Shadow. I forgot the name, but you're gonna have an awesome photo shoot with Metal Overlord and Shadow's Doom water thingy. Yeah, I've always wanted to make Doom Morph, or Doom Surf. I made a Doom Morph that all right now probably needs to be about twice this big, and I need to cut it apart so that the all the tentacles are separate pieces so that they can be painted easily, because there's no way I'm getting a paintbrush in here for all the red parts. And so I would love to have this at full size Doom Wings and then Doom Surf as well. Yes, Harry the Man. They will be able to articulate because they're going to be huge. They're going to have some kind of metal joints that haven't decided on how to do it. Oh, take care, Daisy. Thanks for being here. Maybe, depending on how long I go today, maybe I'll start on Perfect Chaos too. Like if I get to a good stopping point on Metal Overlord, like maybe do the jaw and stuff, I'm like, okay, this is ready to print. Maybe I'll get started on Perfect Chaos if y'all are interested in that. No guarantees. I think you will 4 people to... Yeah, you'll need 4 people. Yeah. I'll probably do something where you can use bolts to tighten it. So you'll loosen the bolt and then pose it, then tighten the bolt, because all these pieces are going to be so heavy. What's up, Platomac? Good to see you. Alright, let's put the bones in this guy. Oh, and I gotta put the eyes now in the correct place. What's up, Sonic Emerald? What about Chaos 6? I mean, the Chaos 1 got a huge response to pre-orders. Imagine Chaos 2 did. I'm going to make Chaos 1 for sure. And Chaos 4, we'll see how easy it is to make if I can sell them. But I think if all those sales keep doing well, I may just have this one printer dedicated to always doing blue. I'm trying to get done with that, but I have so many orders. What's up, Zai's playtime or Z's playtime? No, we decided it was Zai's playtime. I think I just want to push this a little bit back here. I just keep like tumbling around the model, just admiring it. I really like the sculpt. All right, where did I put the bones? Spell by type history. Must be somewhere in here. Oh, are they just showing? No. Oh, yes, it is. Uh-oh, where are the bones? Oh, there they are. Alright, so let's hide. Call this sculpted layer. I haven't, Zai, but I will be doing that very soon. Inspired by somebody on the Discord. I apologize if that person is here. I forgot who was actually doing it. But they made it in Blender. And I was like, oh man, you do, because I've been dreading doing the paneling. I think they were having problems with the paneling. And they ended up coming up with a good job. What's up, Heiko? How goes it? So these are going to be a little bit easy. I just want to mesh, quadrangulate, mesh. There's fill hole. Mesh. Tools. Where's fill hole? Am I just missing it? It should be alphabetical order. F. F. I thought it was under mesh. Oh, it is. It's right there. Fill hole. Yeah, let's see how this looks when it's smooth. I want to exaggerate that a little. That bigger. Bigger. I'm going to make this connect more down here. And I don't like this shape of the gem. We're going to just take the one from the previous chaos and put it in there. That's the main reason, Pichu Sonic, that I want to make Metal Sonic movie. I'm good, Heiko. Feel very inspired today. There is a whole thing happening. I'm trying to figure out what are things to respond to and what are things that are just happening in the chat. I think I've responded to everybody. Something crazy going on with some kind of rat, I guess. Triangulate. Yeah, I mean, I think my version of movie Metal Sonic is going to be a little bit of a cop-out because I'm making it out of a figure that's kind of hard to find. It's the Sonic Prime metal. So if I make a kit for it, it's going to be very specific to people who have that figure and are willing to modify it. So I think I paid like $25 for it. This definitely needs thickening up. Chaos Sonic, that's right. Like that plan, Mally. I'm excited for the possibilities of that custom figure top. You know, I just really don't like the look of Chip. Something about him kind of creeps me out. I think it would make a good video. I think people would like it. You know, for being a Sonic fan, I realize I do find a lot of characters unappealing. I think it's something about the eyes that creep me out about it. Or maybe, oh no, the smile or something. Oh yeah, I definitely want to make a 4-inch Charmy for sales. That's one of my priorities for one of an upcoming sales. I've got so many things ready for sales that I just can't keep up with. Because not only does it take a lot of time to, you know, prep them and stuff and get them sent out, what I don't like about selling is worrying about somebody being unhappy with it. And so every time we have a sale, I have a lot of anxiety just while it's all going on until they all get there and nobody complains. Then I kind of relax. So that's why I'm not constantly doing sales unless I do custom orders, just because I really want people to like it. That's why with Chaos 2 I made a video like 7 reasons not to buy it because it's hard for these reasons. If people didn't know, I would just be a nervous wreck thinking like, oh, I gotta get a message saying like, I hate this. Just want to make really, really great stuff. You highly overlove this? Great. Thank you, TT. Well, that's the funny thing is, you know, I talk about not being a perfectionist, and so many of my own ones that I've made for myself are not perfect because that's just how I work. When you sell things, you do have to be perfect. Maybe not perfect, but good enough for expectations, you know. So one of the things that I learned about Chaos 2 is leave a lot of space for paint to get into crevices. Some of the fingers on Chaos 2, you can't get all the IPA out of them. So I'm making these edges of fingers extra big to try to let it drain better. For instance, this looks wrong, but I think it's necessary. I would love to be able to have the paint consistently just go into these edges here. Have those sharp edges, but it's just not the reality of how the material works when you print it. It's funny I started on Chaos 2 instead of Chaos 1. I'm glad I did because it helped me learn a lot of the more complex things. And Chaos 1, knock on wood, should be relatively easy because of the learnings on that. Oh, thank you, YBZ. That's actually one of the ones that I'm really nervous about doing a sale for, because I'm worried about people breaking the wings. They're just so so thin. And I worry about them breaking in transit, but Bailysaurus does an incredible job packing them. Like, I've bought stuff from other sellers before, and been like, whoa, you can get away with sending it like this? I'm surprised it didn't break. Yeah, she wraps every single individual piece in bubble wrap and make sure there's enough padding between all of that. Guardian Source says, that's what scares me about selling stuff. I actually printed something for a cosplayer once. They supplied the files and then got a bit snarky when it didn't fit together instantly. Yeah, that's so much of this is like a lot of these figures that I make. I would just like Dremel it and make it work. But if I'm selling it, I was like, oh, I gotta go fix the 3D model, do this and that. Yeah, I probably won't make a couch-sized Bio-Lizard, which is what it would need to be for 4-inch. But a 2.5-inch Bio-Lizard might be about that big. That's more manageable. Alright, well let's see how this guy fits inside of the sculpted hand now. Have to rotate it as a group first. What I want to do is I want to in the 5 mode and then do 6. I think this whole thing needs to rotate like so. I'm going to start with the center of the hand just to get that totally right. Scale the whole thing down slightly. I'm really thinking about how the paint is going to flow in these. Push this up. Push this over to the side a little bit. These have gotten too big for what my sculpt actually is, so I'm going to just scale this down a little. I know I scaled those up to try to make it better, but I'm just going to make this whole thing a little bit stubbier. This part is crucial, because if I get this wrong, from what I learned about how the paint works in Chaos 2, it'll be real tough. Down. That's good there. A plush Bio-Lizard, that'd be cool. Yeah, YBZ, what did you end up doing to get that to work? I've considered gluing the magnets into the Rouge kits, actually, when I sell them. I would rather just take that little extra time to make sure that it works out for everybody. Hey, welcome back, Raphael. You're afraid to fix things up because every time you do something else sucks. Literally messed up my elbow joints custom. Yeah, that can be tough. When it comes to real life crafting, you guys ever get that feeling like when you make a mistake in real life and like if you're painting and you make a bad stroke, you get that feeling of wanting to hit Control Z to undo. It's like this muscle memory that's ingrained into us, that seeps into real life painting. Seriously. Quick. Yeah, some Bob Ross in here. Pikachu Sonic. Cut off the middle part and made my own with Milliput. Then I dried and drilled until the magnet could go deep enough. Oh, smart. I do remember you posting that, actually, now that I think about it. Right. I think I like the positioning of the fingers there. This thing just needs a little bit of massaging into the right place. The Bio-Lizard have those purple artificial arms that were on its back. Is that all the bubble arms that you're talking about? Probably not. Maybe. I was kind of just thinking of him as neutral form, but it could be interesting to find something that's not 3D printed to do that. Like I'm picturing, you know, like fake plants and flowers? Or no, you know what I'm thinking of? Like fake grapes. You know, the ones that are just kind of like, they're squishy. They're like home fills for showing off a house. Or just having around your house for decoration. Wonder if I could make a structure that's like a bendable material like this. Well, I can't pull it up high enough, but a structure that's a bendable material that I could attach a bunch of the like grapes to. That could be a good way to do it. Oh no, it painted your monitor? Would you sell the Chaos Color bottle you made? Chaos Color. Is it Chaos Cola? Did I make a Chaos Cola bottle? Oh, that was terrible! That was just a quick thing I made up. You want that? I'll just... It's not worth selling. Yeah, I definitely... Because I want to do more stop-motion stuff on the channel. I've been having the itch for it. And even though it didn't do well, it's like... You know what? If it's what I want to do... Like all the Kirby stuff I'm making lately. You know, I don't think that'll do well on the channel. I think the Sonic one would do well, but... all the other Kirby hats I'm making is just for passion project. I want to do more passionate stuff like stop motion. And one of the things that I want to do is recreate the Amy and Metal movie scene in stop motion. So that's the main reason that I want to make a Metal Sonic movie. Because as most of you know, I'm not actually a huge fan of the design of Metal Sonic. I like chunkier characters like this right here. And even so, I made him even more chunky than the original. I didn't like the thin arms, so you guys kind of see that in a lot of my designs, that I thicken things up. Not just because of the design aesthetics, but for 3D printing, I just want them to be more, you know, air on the side of parts being too thick and being a little bit more durable. Yeah, I love watching behind the scenes of stop motion where you see them like going in and out and then seeing it animating in a non, like elsewhere from the camera. Welcome back, Daisy Garcia. Welcome to the stream, Michael Bertram. Yo, would you sell some of those movie Metal Sonics? Well, like I mentioned, I'm using Chaos Sonic from Sonic Prime as the base figure. And so the answer is yes, I would sell them, but it would require an expensive figure. I did see that, fandom. You got a Mecha Sonic. Oh, yeah. I love Mecha Sonic. In fact, that's perfectly topical. What I was talking about is that I think across the board, Metal, Metal Sonic is more liked as a design, but I just love these types of arms, like these kind of silhouettes where it's blocky, not necessarily always blocky, but just chunkier proportions compared to more spindly kind of proportions of a Metal Sonic. And I didn't like this figure much at first because I didn't know it was so articulated, and when I got it, it was kind of in a weird pose, and I was like, these legs are kind of weird and stuck like that, or I forget what it was, and I just didn't think it was posable. And then when I went to review the figure for the tier list one, this became one of my favorite figures. I love like how solid he feels, and I just kind of gave up on assuming that he was not very posable. And I love this figure. So glad I did that tier list video, because I might not ever really have touched the figure again, just left it on display, if at all. Oh yeah, and I was especially impressed that his legs could go like on 3 axes here, or I guess just 2 axes. Zaz and his moon mech. I think I saw that, yeah. Yeah, we'll see if I do more of those. Ooh, yeah, I'll check that out, Guardian Sora. Yeah, it's good to get... It's a good way to see the inspiration, seeing it all come together. Alright, so I think we have the hand portions of this good. Let's get the Chaos Emerald in there. So I'm hoping to use the same shape of the Chaos Emerald from this figure. The problem is we've kind of scaled down Chaos 4 a little bit out of necessity. Or did we decide that this was the right scale? I can't remember. But I'm worried about the gem size being too inconsistent. We may need to scale it down here. We'll see if that's necessary. Oh, I'm going to open up. Oh, sorry for yawning on stream. Apologies if you get contagious from it. Open up Chaos to Bind, I think was the right file. Oh, well, thank you for your purchase, King. I am out of water. I'm going to run upstairs and grab some more real quick, and I'll be right back while this loads. Man, walking up the stairs there, it just smells really good. It's like just a house smell, maybe wood or something. It smells really good. And then I looked outside, and it's super bright. It was raining yesterday. It looks very nice outside. I might go into town, enjoy some of the day after this. Get out of the dark here. And I just mowed the lawn a few days ago, so I look out there. It's just really nice in the backyard. Alright, looks like this file may not have the things that I want. Whoops. Open scene. Chaos. You know what? Since we're talking about Chaos Cola, the Chaos Cola is not ready, and I'm not gonna have the motivation later to do the combining and exporting. So I'm gonna real quick for you fandom, just merge this together and export it so it can be printed. Yeah, it looks nice out there, huh, TT? Oh yeah, we swapped weather. Yeah, maybe that's where it went. What is my favorite wisp? Nega Wisp. Alright, so let's... Oh, it looks like I did combine this, actually. Oh, wait, no, maybe I did the export on stream. Let's see. I didn't export it, but okay. The work is already done. Oh no, I did! Yeah, here it is. Alright. Your next order, fan, I'll just send you a Chaos Cola. Let's see. So what was I doing? Let's look up Chaos. Ooh. This must have the gem shape that I want. Here we go. Yeah, so here's the equivalent of what we were doing in the other scene. Oh, I think I might use the same brain too. Let's just export all this as an OBJ. Exports. Call it Chaos, Emerald, and Brain. PG Sonic says, "Hey, how much will you sell the can if you sold the can on its?" It's gonna be tiny. If somebody wanted to just buy it on Etsy, I don't even think I can go lower than $1, so I'd have to sell it for like $1, and then you pay like $3 in shipping. I could just put it in an envelope. Actually, it could be as cheap as a stamp. But yeah, they wouldn't even be worth doing that over Etsy. We could, alright, if people really want a Chaos Cola, shoot me. How much does a stamp cost? I want to make a little bit of profit on it. Browser. Let's see. Stamp costs 78 cents. Alright. You PayPal me $2. I'll send you a Chaos Cola in a regular little envelope. Oh, it was a joke. Okay. When were you last in here, Ben? Yeah, the Chaos Cola movement. I finished the sculpt and the posing, so let's go to our other Maya. And now I'm fitting the bones in here. See that, and then put the gem in now and hope that it's a good size. I'm afraid that it's going to be way too big because we've scaled down the model, and I would love for the gems to all be the same size. Emeralds. We're going to do exports, Chaos Emerald, and Brain. Whoa. No, something's wrong. That's way too small. Is it a matter of 10? That's weird. Let's compare these. That file must have been before I scaled it to size. If I make this about 10, let's compare it to our Chaos 2 here. No, it's not a factor of 10, definitely not. Factor of 5. Huh, yeah, that looks good to me. Okay, so let's see how big this gem is when we put it in the hand here. Not bad. Okay. I am happy with this. I'm mostly happy with this. It's a little tight. A little tight. Let's look at the orientation that I did it for the hand in Chaos 2. Kind of put it arbitrarily at an angle to try to just be aesthetically pleasing. So we'll do the similar thing here. We are going to need a little bit more space around it. I am pleased with this, though. That's not going to take too much massaging to work. These definitely need a space in between. So I will scale down the gem just slightly to start going that direction. Then we're just going to take this out. Gosh, that just works. That is great. I'm going to shift the gem to be further over, just so it's a little more visible. Wow, okay. I was afraid I was going to have to make some compromises. That just is good. I can even make the gem a little bigger. Keep calling it a gem. The emerald. Now I do, however, yeah, that's not great actually. So I need to pull these vertices back in a little bit. Scale them down. This is showing, see, it's just getting too close to the edge there. We'll push that in a little bit more. Push that in, and I will make the emerald just a little bit smaller again. That is really close to the edge right there. Yeah, see how that's almost nothing right there. Makes me think I need to pull the geometry out of the sculpted bit, actually. I think that's exactly what I'll do, because I do want to preserve some of this. My opinion on bigger figures like Vector, Big, and Eggman. I like them. I don't have anything creative to say about what I like or dislike about them. Are you saying because they're too small? Like they're supposed to be bigger? Yeah, I think it would be cool if they were in scale. I'm not interested in making customs of them at scale. I like to make like specific designs that I like. Usually those are things that haven't been made. Alright, so what I need to do here, this is still mirrored, I think. So if I do select vertex, I want to pull some of this out from that original sculpt. Let's see if I can turn symmetry on. And it did not work out that way. But that's okay, because I'm only cutting one side anyway for this piece, and that'll just get duplicated over. So we're only going to edit the one side. I think that's good. Take a look at it. Yeah, that didn't really change much. It just gave me a little bit more room in the sculpt. Well, I started in a weird order on Chaos. Alright, I think I'm happy with that. Let's just take one last look at where these pieces are. Looks good. The next parts are a little boring, so I'm not going to do that on stream. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna make the bones for this now. Yeah, I was thinking about doing all the cutouts and stuff. I'm not gonna do that on stream. I don't want to bore y'all. I think I'll just make these bones and the brain, put it in the right place. And we can... There. I think I'll do what I mean by go from there is get working on Metal Overlord. I feel like I already like the shape that's here. Feels like it fits into the 3D model pretty well. I'll go for that. And now is where we get a little bit weird, because we need to take these bones and smooth them and now pose them inside of it. Oh, Mark III was in Sonic Adventure? I have to see that. Mecha Sonic Mark III Sonic Adventure. Is he in Eggman's ship? Oh yeah, I remember seeing this. Yeah. That'd be cool. Is he really that big? Ooh, guys, I kind of like that. I love the obscurity of it. Still got the thin legs, you know, but I like the blocky shape of it. Gosh, that would be a fun one to make. Something about like it's like a dark silver but with like a tint of green. Maybe that's just the lighting, but I would love to paint it with that paint job. Oh, I kind of like that, guys. Kind of like that. Don't want to get too inspired for too many things, but I kind of like it. Yeah, I do like the weird things, even if they're not popular as videos or sales. I like being like, look at this weird, obscure thing that I made. Kind of why I started with Chaos 2. Chaos 2 is like the one that you least see, because you only fight him once as Knuckles. That's one of the things I liked about it, even though Chaos 4 is my favorite. Which is funny, you know, a lot of people don't like Chaos 4's design compared to the others. Yeah, I just love the idea of like shark version. I'm a little bit keen to get onto Metal Overlord this stream because I promised it in the title. And I want to make sure that I do some work on it before I get tired of working. I'm not tired of working yet, but I just want to make sure that I do it. So I'm just going to finish off these bones. Then I'm going to get to Metal Overlord. Do some work on that. Until I get tired. Go outside because it looks so nice. I've got some shelves to put together too. Probably do that today. It's such a nice day outside. We have so many nice places around us. Like there's like a wine bar and a cider bar that has a lot of outdoor seating, and people bring their dogs and stuff. It's like a really nice day for that. Oh, I won some kind of cider and cheese tasting thing at this place. I forgot about that. Hope I didn't forget the date. Be ironic if it was happening right now. Hey, welcome, Pro Tyler. Reject Chaonity. Return to Shark. One of the things that I don't like about this 3D model compared to the other one is I feel like it's got like smoother bulbous shapes, and I liked kind of the harder edges. So what I might do here is maybe drop an edge loop in here, put a little bit square-ish shapes. And this here, I'm gonna really actually exaggerate this. Reason is I'm worried about paint not getting in there. We want the paint to flow all the way down into this. It's going to get a little bit thin. Actually a little bit worried about this piece. That is a lot of paint to get down in there. Ooh, look at that. This is... Oh, it's not centered. There are so many things to think about, guys, when making these injected paint chaos figures. It is so complex. I actually might do that same thing where I cheat out the model of the sculpted bit, make sure that I have more space in there. I just... part that I wanted this here. And just pop this out a little bit. It's not going to hurt anything. A little bit thicker right there. So now when we cycle between that, good. And like I said, I like to make this a little more boxy. Oh, that's right, Peachy. Remind me of where you are? Or is that... Are you just in the UK, or for some reason I'm thinking Spain? I think it's UK. Yes. I was thinking, what just happened about gambling recently? I went to the casino randomly. Why did I go to the casino? It just felt like it. And it was on Mother's Day after we finished visiting with my parents. I tried to get them to go to the casino with me. They wouldn't. So Bailey took me. Did well on craps. A game. Pivot. Triangulate. Yeah, that is good sense if y'all plan not to drink. I know I've talked about it, like I drink, but yeah, too many people just can't control. That is a admirable decision to make. If I stopped drinking, I could lose a little bit of these pounds. I do need to exercise more. Not just for losing weight, but when I'm singing on stage, it's so much more. Even just moving around on stage, it's so hard to control your breath. If you get winded while just like doing like minor dance moves and stuff, it really affects your singing. That's what I found. I need to get my conditioning back up, if only just for singing. Auditions for the next show should be in June or July, and it's an August show. That's not the Sweeney Todd one. That's Catch Me If You Can. Yeah, you know what? I just talked about how I made money gambling. That's the house edge is always against you. I should responsibly tell you all that. Let me put it this way. I've gotten very lucky. And I generally come away from Vegas with profit. Well, profit of winnings. But, you know, at least the Caesars app tracks how much I put in and how much I've taken out. And after like 10 years, you know, I don't go to Vegas specifically to make money. You go to Vegas to lose money. That's the bottom line. But I've always found myself doing fairly well. Some ups and some downs. But it tracked all of my winnings over like 10 years at just the Caesars properties. And I was up $45. So don't ever go intending for that to be the reason. Go for fun and let the gambling be a part of it. Because even with me being fairly lucky and not making dumb bets, like I'll make the best bets that I can for what the odds are. 10 years of going, and I was up $45. Oh. Oh. Kind of wasn't responding to my mouse clicks for some reason, which is a good reminder to save. Yeah, I'll think about that. Generally, when I am in the zone to stream, I'm usually wanting to work on something. But yeah, maybe we could like put it on while 3D modeling sometime. That could be cool. Gosh, guys, I am actually really worried about the bones in this not taking well, because it's so deep. Because this will all be one piece with a cutout right here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get paint in there properly. With the troubles that I have with the fingers at the very end here, think I'm going to need to put a drain hole down in the tail. Which isn't the best solution, especially because it's all so thin in there. But I think that's the only thing I can do here. These are so long too. I think I'm going to cheat that a little. Just not make the bones go quite so deep in there. I think I'll just duplicate this one I already made. Yeah, I think it does. I don't know where my Marvelous Queen figure is right now. I'm missing a lot of stuff. I can't find my Doom Wings Shadow figure. It must be somewhere from when we photographed it. But, again, I can't find my Werehog. Oh no, my Werehog's right there. Yeah, so I really hope I didn't lose my Doom Wings. Be messed up. You could always make another, but the original. Somebody was asking about Doom Wings recently, if I would do more. That's something people would be interested in. They're such a hassle to print. I have printed some just for the heck of it. It's, you know, I haven't taken them off the supports and stuff. Wanted to do like a Tails Doom Wings. Oh, and like a Sonic one. Like just give everybody Doom Wings in different colors. I was thinking that could be a fun little video to make. Hey, what do you guys think? Is that okay if I don't make it go all the way down? I just don't see the paint going in there properly. Are those positives, Ben? That is one really good benefit of the U.S. is, you know, a lot of people think of good food being in other countries, and yeah, there are specialties and stuff, but you can get a lot of really good food from a lot of different genres, like different cultures and stuff that's still really good, and just have it all here. Whereas you go to a specific country, yeah, they'll have like really good specialty stuff from their country. My favorite meal in France had nothing to do with the food. It was like something akin to a grilled cheese. It was bread and cheese and some other stuff, I forget. But a dog sat with me. They let the dog into this cafe, and that was actually something really neat. I'd never had a dog at a restaurant like that, because I think there's laws against it here. I don't know. And it was just such a novelty. It was like a French bulldog, which there they just call a bulldog. No, I don't know what they call it there, but yeah, it was definitely like a French bulldog. And he just came up and he was just like looking at my food and letting me pet him. And he was just going around to all the patrons. That was my favorite food experience in France, and it had nothing to do with the food. I don't suppose anybody's seen the clip of me eating sushi in Japan. You guys want to take a break and watch me, a very picky eater, eat every kind of sushi that comes my way and react to it? Actually, this is a perfect stopping point in a second. I'll finish these emeralds, putting the emeralds in here, and then we'll take a break to watch that video. It's one of Bailey Source's videos. And yeah, you guys will watch me have some very interesting reactions. The worst thing I tried was uni. It was brutal. Right, I think that's good. I may massage those later. In fact, I might take parts of the tail and thicken it up just to give a little more structure in there. But I like what I see there. Should look nice when it's all painted on the inside. Let's take these. How does this fit in here? That fits pretty well. I think these just sit in there like this, correct? I'm gonna make them sit a bit above the surface so they're more visible. And probably rotate them a little bit so it doesn't just look like they're just sitting there. Like that. Yeah, I think that's gonna look great, guys. I'm so excited for this. Yeah. I'll clean things up later, but for now, we are done with Chaos. There's just the boring stuff that I'm gonna do to cut it apart off stream. Texas barbecue makes the economy worth it. Alright, let's pause the music. Let's see, let's go to YouTube and find her channel. Right, so let's find what city that was in. So she's got a lot of travel videos. If anybody subscribes to her, only subscribe if travel videos is something you watch. I don't want to mess up her analytics. So please only check things out if you are really interested in travel and tend to watch travel videos, because I'd be sad if it kind of messed up her analytics. What one was it? She makes such good videos. So many of them, well edited. Day 2 in Tokyo. Ooh, I do want to show you this. This is shopping at Nakano Broadway. This is a toy. It's a mall with a lot of toy shops. So this was on our first trip to Japan in 2023. We went twice. Yeah, look at all these toys. Oops. Second, it'll show it. A lot of expensive stuff. And on this first trip, I had to buy a new suitcase with the toys that I bought just to bring them home. A lot of manga and stuff. Yeah, look at this. They just had rows and rows of just all these different toys. They've kind of split them up into genres sometimes.
It's thinner than my shoulders.
Yeah, I couldn't even fit my shoulders in here. Look at this.
I touch glass if I put my shoulders to full width.
Yeah, I've heard that too, Ben. They have gachapon everywhere.
Hey, if we get a trophy, then we'll have.
All right, let's get back on topic. What was I looking for? I was looking for me eating sushi. Let's see. I want to do more of my Japan videos, where I visited all the Pokemon cities. Oh shoot, I don't know what city we were in. Bailey Soros, if you're listening, can you say in the chat? It wasn't New York. We're already in New York here. So we went to Japan twice and then later went to New York, but she split it up. Like all the New York stuff is now in between the two, and now she's working on the newest stuff. There are a lot of really cool cities here. This is an island with a bunch of black sand. This was a place with like a lot of beautiful flowers. Yeah, that's one of the neat things, Ben, is when I went to go visit all these Pokemon cities, it took me to places that I would have never even thought to go to. Oh no, I don't know what. Is it Akihabara? Sushiro, yes. We went to Sushiro. All right.
BV.
Corey needed a drink before we get some sushi.
This is a drink called Strong Zero. You can just drink public there.
Yeah, it's good. In fact,
I went to Kyoto, but I never went to a Nintendo museum. If I remember, Kyoto is where Nintendo is headquartered. Because I saw from the train a big Nintendo building.
We figured it out. So with help from other people who knew what they were.
Let's see. So I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit.
Oh yeah.
So I'm a very picky eater, but I try all kinds of stuff when I travel. And so this is me trying a lot of different sushi.
Oh. How do you keep it together? Because the rice falls apart.
You try your best.
Mario. Not bad.
Try the corn.
This one was easy. It was just like corn and mayonnaise on rice. I really enjoyed that.
It's really good.
Here we go.
I think this is eel.
Yes. This is really great.
It's cooked eel, and I liked it.
Glad you like it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like that's why I'm so glad we documented so much of this YBZ is because we like to watch these videos.
Crab here.
Just remember
I've
it.
been since told that I need to eat the whole thing at once. If I'm trying something new, I'm just going to try a bite of it first, so I don't have the whole thing in my mouth.
That one not so much.
It's alright. I'm not gagging.
Yeah, ignore my terrible chopstick
Probably
use
some
in
kind of
this
fish
video.
egg of some sort. This is shrimp inside. Shrimp, avocado, and the eggs.
Ooh, and I don't like avocado.
Yeah, that's probably the thing I've liked the least here so far.
Oh, but little did I
So
know.
another one of the things that I told Bailey off camera is that as far as eating the whole thing goes, even for the ones that I really liked, I don't want to eat the whole thing. I want to have 2 bites of it. So this is a salmon with cheese. Yes. The I don't know if it's the kind of cheese or some kind of seasoning on the cheese. It's very good. We've been looking through the menu, what we're going to get next.
There we go.
I'm continuing to try new things. And we're looking at the wraps. We see that there's a sea urchin wrap. I asked Bailey, what is sea urchin wrap like? She said she didn't like it. She said it's very salty, it tastes like ocean water, and that it's the texture. Because what I have the most problem with is texture. So it's like a loogie. So I'm like, well, I could get out of this. Like, Bailey doesn't like it, so I certainly won't like it.
Let's go. I took a shot and ordered the uni.
There it is. And then we also got
I hated it.
tuna rolls. And then, so Corey has something to look forward to. We got ordered a different eel. We couldn't remember which one we got. And then some beef. Yeah, you can just pick it up with your hands.
Gosh, I don't even know what sea urchin is. Is it like the spiky things?
Yeah.
It actually smells good. Yeah, I feel the texture. Ugh. 100% Loki.
I was just gagging.
Oh, and the taste. You mentioned that it was very salty. There's something else to it. Luckily, I'm a little bit drunk because I'm all about the ABV. You're not going to have any of it, right? No. Okay, here we go. God damn. Here we go.
Cringing at it. It's so hard to eat. What camera does she use? I think this was either my Sony one that's charging down here, or her phone, her iPhone, I don't know.
Do you need a shot?
That was rough. Alright, so that was me trying
The tuna?
a lot of different sushi, and that was the highlight, or the low light of it. Yeah, that is that. Speaking of travel food, that's the tangent we went off on. So I've got everything placed, and I'm ready to do a lot of boring stuff for this, but we're not going to do that on stream. It's time for Metal Overlord. So let's go ahead and open up that file. It's going to take some time to open that file because it's a big one. Where is it even? I have so many files, guys. These are all my Sonic files. Metal, I would have worked on it a couple months ago. No, it would have been more than a couple months ago. Shoot. Metal Overlord. I haven't worked on this since March. So yeah, a couple months. Sorry, guys. I know I started on it and was doing a good job, and then I just stopped getting inspired for it. All right, so while this loads, I'm going to go use the restroom, grab more water, and maybe grab a snack, and I'll be right back. Oh wow, it's still loading. Holy crap. Oh yeah, I forgot. I gotta play What I'm Made Of. Oh, and there's been no music this whole time. I'm sorry, guys. Let's see. What I'm Made Of. Let me know if you guys see it. I'm not seeing it yet. Who I am. What I'm made of. Am I crazy? Am I just missing it? Or is there a different name? I copied all these into my own playlist, so I wonder if I missed any. Is it literally called What I'm Made Of, or is there some kind of other title? Oh, there it is. What I'm Made Of. Here you go. I'm really glad I copied over the playlist to be safe in case anything petty happened. And I'm glad that I copied it all over my own playlist. Where'd my Streamlabs go? There we go. No, I copied over my own playlist. Which means I can add music to it now. And we didn't lose the collection. I thought ahead. Wow, finally, that took so long to load. Get my jacket situated on the chair. All right, guys, welcome back to watching me work on this monstrosity. I'm gonna have to remind myself of what's all in this scene in the organization. So this is the steel structure. Here's body. We're not to the body yet. God, it's so complex, y'all. I'm putting a lot of work into the head. I'm going to be putting less work into the body. I'm doing a lot of smoothing work on the head, but the body I'm going to get away with more faceted stuff. Print planning. Okay, print planning is like all the cubes and stuff. Original head. Well, where are all the things that I actually modeled here? Ooh, I want to plug in my phone real quick, guys. Yeah, the big spikes at the back, I'm going to have some kind of like dowel structure inside of them. Really have that support.